Mongol Empire, founded by Genghis Khan c. 1162 to 1227, is historically renowned not only for its military conquests but also for its sophisticated legal and administrative framework. Central to this framework was the Yassa, a code of laws that governed the Mongol people and their empire. The Yassa, sometimes spelled Jassa, was not a formal written code in the conventional sense, but a codification of customs, decrees, and regulations issued by Genghis Khan, designed to unify the diverse tribes under his leadership and ensure the stability of the rapidly expanding empire. Origins and purpose. Genghis Khan, born as Temujin, rose from a fragmented Mongol tribal society, which was often riddled with intertribal warfare, clan rivalries, and a lack of central authority. In order to consolidate power, Genghis Khan realized that unifying these tribes under a common legal framework was essential. The Yassa served several critical purposes. One, political unification. The Mongol tribes had varying customs, traditions, and laws. The Yassa provided a universal set of rules that transcended clan differences. Two, military discipline. As a warrior society, the Mongols required strict military discipline. The Yassa included provisions on loyalty, obedience, and conduct in campaigns. 3. Social order. It addressed civil and criminal matters, family law, and even social etiquette to maintain harmony within the empire. Number 4. Administrative control. By issuing laws applicable to both Mongols and conquered peoples, the Yassa reinforced Genghis Khan's authority across diverse territories. Structure and content of the Yassa. The Yassa was unique in its blend of oral tradition, customary law, and edict-based rulings. Although Genghis Khan's code was never compiled into a formal book, it was memorized, transmitted orally by scribes and judges, and enforced rigorously. Its content covered multiple domains. 1. Military law and discipline. Soldiers were strictly prohibited from fleeing the battlefield. Desertion could be punishable by death. Loot and spoils of war were to be shared according to strict rules. Disobedience was severely punished. Commanders were responsible for the behavior and discipline of their units. 2. Criminal law. Crimes such as theft, adultery, and murder were dealt with harshly. Death penalties were often imposed for serious offenses, but leniency could be shown based on rank or loyalty. The Yassa prohibited false accusations and perjury, ensuring a measure of legal integrity. 3. Social and moral conduct. The Yassa forbade theft among Mongols and emphasized honesty in trade. Respect for elders and the Khan's authority was mandatory. Protection of family structures was crucial. For example, adultery and marital disputes were regulated. 4. Religious and cultural regulations. While Genghis Khan himself followed traditional Mongol shamanism, the Yassa granted religious tolerance, allowing conquered peoples to continue their faiths. Pagan practices were respected, but sacrilegious acts or rebellion against the Khan's authority were punished. 5. Environmental and administrative rules. The Yassa included rules on hunting, grazing, and land use, reflecting the nomadic lifestyle of the Mongols. Spies, informers, and traders were treated harshly to maintain security. Certain economic activities, such as trade, were regulated to prevent exploitation and ensure fairness among subjects. Key principles of the Yassa. Although not exhaustive in written form, historians have identified several core principles of the Yassa. 1. Absolute loyalty to the Khan. The Khan was both the political and spiritual leader. Violating his authority was considered treason. 2. Equality before law. All Mongols, regardless of rank, were subject to the same legal expectations, though punishments sometimes varied by social status. 3. Collective responsibility. Tribes or units could be punished collectively for the misconduct of individuals, reinforcing communal discipline. 4. Meritocracy and reward. The Yassa promoted rewarding loyalty, skill, and service to the state, rather than solely privileging noble birth. Enforcement mechanisms. Enforcement of the Yassa relied on a highly organized network of officials, messengers, and military commanders. Key features included noyans, local governors, administered justice locally and reported to higher authorities. Khan's envoys oversaw compliance across vast territories. Military courts adjudicated crimes committed by soldiers or on campaign. Public punishments served as deterrents, emphasizing the consequences of breaking the law. The Yassa's oral nature allowed flexibility in enforcement, adapting to local circumstances while preserving central authority. This adaptability was crucial in a vast, culturally diverse empire stretching from China to Eastern Europe. Social and political impacts. The Yassa contributed significantly to the Mongol Empire's stability and expansion. 1. Centralized control. By binding diverse tribes and regions to a single legal framework, Genghis Khan effectively centralized governance. 2. Enhanced military efficiency. Strict discipline ensured cohesive military campaigns, enabling rapid conquests. 3. Cultural integration. Religious tolerance and protection of local customs fostered loyalty among conquered peoples. 4. Legal precedent. The Yassa influenced subsequent Mongol rulers, including Genghis Khan's successors, such as Ogedei and Kublai Khan, who expanded and codified parts of it. However, the Yassa's harsh punishments also created fear and resentment, especially among sedentary populations unaccustomed to nomadic norms. The severe penalties for minor infractions and collective punishments sometimes provoked resistance, though the Mongols' military dominance largely suppressed dissent. Legacy. Although the Yassa did not survive as a written code in its original form, its legacy is profound. Legal innovations. It established the principle that a ruler could legislate across diverse territories and cultures, influencing later steppe empires. Administrative model. The Yassa's combination of military, civil, and moral regulations served as a blueprint for later governance structures. Historiographical importance. Chronicles such as The Secret History of the Mongols and accounts by Persian historian Rashid al-Din preserve knowledge of Yassa provisions. Influence on Eurasian law. Some scholars argue that Yassa principles indirectly affected laws in Russia, Persia, and even China during Mongol dominance. Genghis Khan's ability to enforce law without a formal bureaucracy demonstrates the power of charismatic authority combined with codified norms, a concept that resonates in studies of law and governance. Conclusion. The Yassa laws under Genghis Khan exemplify the integration of customary law, military discipline, and moral governance within a nomadic empire. While its oral and secretive nature limits complete modern understanding, the Yassa's impact on the Mongol Empire is undeniable. By combining harsh penalties with structured administration and social regulation, Genghis Khan ensured loyalty, maintained order, and enabled one of history's largest contiguous empires to flourish. Its principles of centralized authority, social discipline, merit-based rewards, and religious tolerance continue to offer valuable insights into the interplay between law, leadership, and societal cohesion in a multi-ethnic empire. 1. Morgan D., 2007, The Mongols, Blackwell Publishing. 2. Weatherford J., 2004, Genghis Khan and the Making of the Modern World, Crown Publishing. 3. May T., 2018, The Mongol Art of War, Westholme Publishing. 4. Rachnevsky P., 1991, Genghis Khan, His Life and Legacy, Blackwell. 5. Dairatchwiltz I, The Secret History of the Mongols, a Mongolian epic chronicle of the 13th century, Brill Academic Publishers. 6. Olson T., 2001, Culture and Conquest in Mongol Eurasia, Cambridge University Press. 7. Broadbridge A., 2018, Women and the Mongol Empire, Cambridge University Press.